I tend to watch more old movies than new. So I would go back to things like traditional favourites. I suppose Gaslight would be one. To Kill a Mockingbird, another. It's more actors that inspire me to watch movies than directors sometimes. I suppose because that's when I was a kid, when I was growing up, it was them that I was drawn to, not the movie makers themselves, and that's a habit that dies hard. I remember when I was a kid, I was taken to see The Sting by my dad. I think I must have been around 12 or so, and I remember we were in a place called Brixton in South London, which is quite a rough neighbourhood, or was it anyway in those days. And we went into the cinema and it was throbbing, it was full. And there's a moment when, spoiler alert, when Paul Newman is shot and someone screamed in the audience and that kind of stuff. And then there was, when he came back to life, there was a round of applause, you know. And I remember that more than the particular dialogue, you know. I remember things like that. How movies can affect you, you know, emotionally. For me, I prefer, in the end, I prefer directing to acting. I've only done it one time, but as a director, you're a part of everything on a film. So, as an actor, you're in somebody else's film. It's never you. It's never about you. It's about aiming at their interpretation, or no, the vision that they have in their mind, and how well they can articulate that to you, and how well you can get close to what they have in mind. So it's not your film as an actor, but as a director, I found it is. So that's what I like. I like composition. I like the way the camera moves or doesn't move. I like silence. I like the way actors pace themselves and place themselves within the environment. So. I used it this morning. I was using it to look up, there's an actress that's just been, I think, cast in the next episode of Lie to Me that we're doing, and she, I would use it to look up all her stuff and find out sort of the trivia and stuff like that about her. So, yeah, I constantly use it. In fact, one of the best ways for me, when I use it, is me and my wife, because we're old movie addicts and stuff, and she's constantly saying, "Have you seen that movie? You know that one? Okay, name the actor or something," and then we go there. And so in a way it's as well as a sort of a device which is actually very practical in a work environment, whether in television or film or whatever, casting. It's also a kind of a way to jog your memory and have a lot of fun. Pete Smalls Is Dead. It's a very, very funny film with Steve Buscemi and myself and Peter Dinklage and a bunch of very good actors. So have a look at that. As far as I'm concerned, I'm going to be just doing Lie to Me for as long as they let me, you know, until I pass out, which is it's expected soon.